Picture this. You hear the words protection dog. What silhouette instantly pops into your head? Is it a dog scaling a vertical wall, or maybe a silent shadow standing dutifully right by your side? Today we're tackling a pretty serious question. Which of these three legendary breeds, the Doberman Pinscher, the German Shepherd, or the Belgian Malinois, actually makes the absolute best guardian for your lifestyle? Now, this isn't just about picking a cool pet. Bringing an elite guardian into your home, that's a life-altering decision. We're talking about the razor-thin line between ultimate peace of mind and bringing a massive liability into your living room.
Welcome to this explainer on canine protection. Today we're basically conducting the ultimate job interview. We aren't just looking at dogs here. We're looking way past the sharp teeth and intimidating barks to evaluate the real resumes of these highly tuned canine athletes. We got to find out exactly which protector is the perfect hire for you. Because while all three of these breeds are incredibly intelligent, deeply loyal, and fully capable of laying down their lives for their pack, they are absolutely not interchangeable. Hiring the wrong candidate for this job, well, it doesn't just mean a chewed-up sofa. It can spell disaster for both your family and the dog.
Okay, here's our agenda for today's interview. We'll start by meeting the elite guardians, dive into their origins and instincts, look at their physicality and intimidation factor, and then evaluate their temperament and training drive. After that, we'll weigh family life versus duty, and finally, help you choose your perfect protector. Let's get right into it. Section 1. Meet the elite guardians, 3 distinct archetypes. We're looking at 3 very distinct archetypes today. Now sure, they might look kind of similar at a quick glance. People actually mix them up all the time because of the black and tan coloring or those pointy, alert ears. But trust me, they operate entirely differently. We've got the tactical all-rounder, the high-speed specialist, and the personal close-quarters bodyguard. Knowing exactly which is which is step number 1 in avoiding a massive mismatch for your home. Moving on to Section 2, Origins and Instincts, Evaluating the Resumes. To understand what these highly intelligent dogs are going to do in your living room today, we literally have to look at what they were built to do in the past. You just can't out-train genetics, and their history dictates exactly how they perceive and react to threats.
Just look at how brilliantly these breeds were engineered. Back in the 19th century, a German tax collector named Louis Doberman had a super dangerous job walking through hostile areas with tons of cash. He needed a dog that looked absolutely terrifying but stayed glued to his side, so he crafted the Doberman to be a fearless, single-person bodyguard. Right around the same time, Belgium was breeding the Malinois specifically for high-end endurance livestock herding, working relentlessly, hours on end without breaking a sweat. Meanwhile, Captain Max von Stephanitz took the German Shepherd and adapted it from a herder into a master of independent tactical military patrol. He wanted the ultimate, independently thinking canine. So, to sum up those resumes, the Doberman is your close-quarters bodyguard, the German Shepherd is your tactical perimeter patrol, and the Malinois is your tireless working guardian.
All right, Section 3, Physicality and Intimidation, the vehicle analogy. A dog's skeleton and muscle mass dictate exactly how they'll neutralize a threat, and understanding this totally changes how you view their capabilities. What's really fascinating here is how perfectly their physical tools align with specific types of high-performance vehicles. Looking at their physical specs, you can see the German Shepherd is significantly heavier, often weighing anywhere from 65 to 90 pounds, and comes equipped with a really thick, dense double coat. Now, if you live in a freezing, snowy climate, that double coat is a total lifesaver for outdoor perimeter patrol. But if you hate vacuuming, it's an absolute nightmare because they shed heavily all year round. On the flip side, the Malinois and Doberman are incredibly lean and agile. The Doberman has this very short, single coat that's a dream to groom, but it leaves them entirely exposed to cold elements. To really visualize this, think of the Doberman as a Ferrari. They use explosive speed, incredible agility, and massive visual intimidation. Because of that short coat, their highly defined muscles are just plainly visible. I mean, think about it. A home invader's psychology is completely shattered by seeing a sleek, muscular, terrifying dog right between them and you. The German Shepherd, though, that's a Humvee. They are built for rugged endurance, heavy bone structure, and raw tactical power. While the Doberman relies on speed and striking visuals, the German Shepherd uses its sheer weight and power for a tactical takedown in literally any weather condition.
And extending that analogy, the Belgian Malinois is a Formula One race car. They are insanely fast, unbelievably agile, and highly tuned to their environment. But, just like an F1 car, they're so intensely sensitive to their handler's cues that they require an experienced, professional handler to operate safely.
If an average pet owner gives inconsistent steering, mixed signals, the dog doesn't just get a little confused. It gets highly stressed, deeply frustrated, and potentially reactive. You wouldn't take an F1 card to the grocery store, right? Well, you shouldn't treat a Malinois like a casual pet either.
Next up, Section 4, Temperament and Training Drive, Mentality and the Off Switch. Because let's face it, physical tools are completely useless without the right mental framing. We absolutely have to evaluate their emotional needs, their psychological drives, and most importantly, whether they actually know how to turn off the engine when the job is done.
Let's start with a term you absolutely need to know, the Velcro dog. This is the ultimate defining trait of the Doberman. They are incredibly affectionate and sensitive, and they demand constant physical closeness. They don't just want to be in the same room as you. No, they want to follow you into the bathroom and lean heavily against your leg while you brush your teeth. They are literally glued to you. Plus, because they don't have that undercoat, a Doberman will absolutely freeze outside, so they're strictly an indoor, personal space bodyguard.
On the flip side, German Shepherds and Malinois possess incredible prey drive. Thanks to their historical herding roots, they have this intense instinct to chase, capture, and work. A high prey drive means if something runs, the dog's brain chemically rewards them for chasing it, whether that's a fleeing burglar, a squirrel in the yard, or even a passing bicyclist. They are desperate for a job. And here's the kicker. If you don't provide them with structured work, they're going to find their own job, which might just mean they naturally try to herd your small children around the kitchen.
So the really crucial point here is the off switch. This is where the German Shepherd and the Malinois vastly differ. The German Shepherd is adoptable. Imagine you've just done a 2-hour hike. The German Shepherd will happily crash on the sofa with you to watch a movie. They're actually pretty forgiving if you miss a day's workout. But the Belgian Malinois, they have boundless, obsessive energy. They practically don't have an off switch. After an intense training session or a long run, they'll gulp down some water, drop a ball right in your lap, and demand to know what phase 2 of the mission is.
That brings us to Section 5, Family Life versus Duty, the police canine shift. Let's see how these intense drives translate to modern duty and look at the real-world application of the data we just covered. This perfectly explains why law enforcement and military agencies all around the world are fundamentally shifting their hiring practices.
And here is exactly why modern police favor the Malinois today. It's not just about their lighter build giving them extreme agility in confined urban spaces. It really comes down to budgets and longevity. Training a police canine costs tens of thousands of dollars and countless man-hours. So a German Shepherd having to retire at 8 years old because of hip dysplasia or joint issues, that's a massive financial and operational loss. But when you combine the Malinois' incredible psychological resilience in chaotic high-stress situations like gunfire with their medical hardiness, you get a dog that can actively work until it's 10 or 11. It's an undeniable return on investment.
However, integrating any of these breeds into civilian family life is a massive, massive responsibility. As this quote perfectly puts it, without training, a guard dog isn't a protector, it's a liability. Remember, these are not passive pets. Buying a high-drive protection breed without paying for and committing to professional obedience training is literally like buying a loaded weapon and just leaving it on your coffee table. They require firm, consistent leadership and massive amounts of early socialization.
All right. Section 6, Choosing Your Perfect Protector, the Final Verdict. We've reviewed the historical resumes, we've analyzed the physical skills, and we've taken a deep dive into their intense psychological drives. So, let's finalize this job interview and match the right canine archetype directly to your living room.
Here's your final hiring guide. If your family wants an indoor, low-grooming, ultra-fact personal bodyguard who will stick to you like Velcro and relies on striking visual intimidation, you hire the Doberman. If you live in a cold climate and need a rugged, versatile, all-weather family guardian who can patrol the property but still relax on the rug with the kids, you hire the German Shepherd. But if you are an experienced, professional handler ready to completely change your routine for an elite, high-energy working dog, then you hire the Belgian Malinois.
We've looked at their incredible tools, their distinct origins, and their intense needs throughout this explainer. They are all absolutely phenomenal, legendary animals. But the right choice is completely dependent on what you can provide for them. So the question isn't just which of these canine titans you trust to guard your home. The real question is, which one are you truly ready to change your entire lifestyle to lead?